G'day guys and welcome back to Ados the Great YouTube channel. So if you're watching this video, that means that the cyclone in southeast Queensland has impacted a bit too much, and I've either lost power, had no time to do this, or have had technical difficulties in getting this uploaded. So what I'm doing is, to prepare for all that stuff, I'm doing my round one predictions for the AFL on Friday afternoon before the cyclone hits. So hopefully all goes well. But yeah, look, if you're not seeing this video, that's good news. That means I've uploaded a different one later on the week after. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, let's just jump into this one. So first game, we've got Richmond against Carlton. This one's pretty straightforward. I think Carlton win, and I'm going to go 65 points. I think they win big here. I don't see a world where Richmond even come close in this one. Pretty straightforward. We move on to the next game. The next game, Hawthorn taking on Essendon. I think this one will be a bit closer than the first one, obviously. I do think Hawthorn get the job done here. I think I'm going to say by about 22 points. I reckon Essendon will go with them for most of this game, and then Hawthorn will run away with it a bit later on in the game. All right, next up, we've got Geelong taking on Fremantle at GMHBA Stadium. I do think Freo will have a better year this year. I think they'll contest for a top 4 spot. They'll be thereabouts. But at GMHBA, Geelong win this, and I think they win it by about 3 goals. So I'm going to go Geelong 19 points. All right, we've got the Swans against the Lions. This one should be a really good game at the SCG. If this was at the Gabba, I think the Lions win and win relatively comfortably. But at the SCG, I think it will be a lot closer than if it was at the Gabba. So I think the Lions still win this, but I'm going to say by about 8 points. All right, Bulldogs against Kangaroos. This one's interesting because I generally think there is a world where the Kangaroos can win this game. You know, I think they're going to have a better season. I actually think they finish higher than the Dogs this year. I think North Melbourne finished around that 11th to 14th, and I think the Dogs probably finish closer towards the 13th to 16th range. At Marvel Stadium, I do think the Dogs will be a tough team to beat, especially against the Kangaroos, but I'm going to tip the upset here. I know 9%, it's just 9% have tipped the Roos, but I'm pretty high on them. I reckon they kick their season off with a win here over the Bulldogs. All right, the last of the Saturday games, we've got Collingwood against Port Adelaide. Love these games. I think they're always a really good game to watch. I think Collingwood win this one, though. I think they're going to be too strong. I think Port Adelaide fall off a little bit. I'm going to say Collingwood, and I'm going to say by 24 points. All right, Adelaide against St Kilda. I think the Saints are going to... Actually, I think both these sides will struggle a bit this year. I think Adelaide will have a better season than St Kilda. And at Adelaide Oval, I do think the Crows probably get the job done here. So I'm going to back in Adelaide. I'm going to say by 17 points. All right, 2 more games to go. We've got Melbourne. We've got GWS. The MCG, Melbourne definitely can win this game, in my opinion. I do think they'll have a better season than what most people are predicting. I don't think they'll be a top 8 side, but I think they'll be about that 9th to 11th sort of mark there. Whereas GWS, I do think, could finish top of the table. With that being said, in Melbourne at the MCG, no, you know what? I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to go with GWS. I think GWS can get the job done there, so I do think they win that one. I'm going to say by 11 points. And then to wrap it up, we've got West Coast against Gold Coast. This is my team, the West Coast Eagles. If they finish lower than Richmond, I may not be able to support them. I'm as loyal as they come when it comes to teams. I've never changed a team in my life, but if West Coast do finish lower than Richmond, that's definitely on the cards, let me tell you. But I'm pretty high on West Coast this year. I do still think they'll finish around the bottom 3, but I reckon they can kick the season off here with a win over the Suns. At Optus, I reckon they can get it done. I'm backing in the Eagles, and I'm going to say by 3 points. I reckon it'll be an absolute thriller. All right, so let's go over it one more time. We've got Carlton beating Richmond, Hawthorn beating Essendon, Geelong beating Fremantle, Brisbane beating the Swans, Kangaroos beating the Western Bulldogs, Collingwood beating Port Adelaide, Adelaide beating St Kilda, GWS beating the Demons, and then West Coast beating the Suns. Let's save that, lock it in, and let me know your tips down below in the comments, guys. If you have enjoyed this one, please leave a like and subscribe. It really goes a long way in helping the channel grow. And as always, my friends, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.